I wanted to read a passage from Thomas Glick about the Islamic conquest of Spain, because, as he says, quote, "The conquest of 711, staged in Morocco and carried out mainly by Berber horse cavalry under Arab command, is, for a phenomenon of such transcendence, poorly understood. Its most salient actors, half legendary, half real, conquered nearly the entire peninsula and subjugated its massive population in a matter of 5 years, and without much resistance. The old legend has it that the last Visigothic king, Roderick, had forced the daughter of Count Julian, Byzantine governor of Ceuta, a casus belli, which led to Julian's asking for Muslim help in coming to the aid of Roderick's domestic enemies. It was relatively common, of course, for medieval people to explain such social and political phenomena, whose motives were incomprehensible to them, by imputing events to the personal quirks of one leader or another. In any case, according to Arabic and Christian sources alike, after a small reconnoitering expedition led by Ṭāriq in the summer of 710, a party of 7,000 Berbers under the command of Ṭāriq ibn Ziyād landed near Gibraltar on or about April 28, 711. Ṭāriq then occupied the area around Algeciras, sent a request for 5,000 additional troops to the governor of Islamic North Africa, Musa ibn Nasr, and proceeded along the Roman road towards Seville. Meanwhile, Roderick, away in the north fighting Basque rebels, hastened southward, gathering a host of 100,000 men. The two armies did battle on the banks of the Guadalete between July 19th and 23rd, resulting in an Islamic victory and the rout of the Visigothic army, capped by the death of Roderick. Most of the elements of this story are unbelievable. In the past century, the Dutch Islamist, Dozy, who believed these accounts to be as legendary as the 1001 Nights, noted that many of the elements in the early reports of the conquest of Spain, written by writers living in Egypt, simply repeated old traditions having nothing to do with the Iberian Peninsula. Later embellishments were added by Christian chroniclers, drawing upon biblical traditions decidedly apocalyptic in character. Julian was more likely a Goth than a Byzantine governor of Ceuta, bearing a generic name, Comes Julianus, the Count of Julia Traducta, the Roman name for Tarifa. Tarif, it seems clear, was an eponymous name concocted to explain the origin of the town of Tarifa. Ṭāriq, too, seems to have been an eponymous figure whose name simply meant chief. The crucial battle in which the invaders defeated the Goths probably did not take place on the banks of the Guadalete, but further south, near the port of entry, near Gibraltar, on the banks of the Guadarranque, a name which perhaps means Roderick's River, Guadarranque. Why did Ṭāriq wait for 3 months in order to march northward to meet the Gothic army? His forces must have numbered substantial horse cavalry to have defeated an army much larger. If we take the accepted number of troops and boats given by Arabic sources, it is clear that a force of 10,000 to 15,000 men could not have crossed the straits in less than 3 months. The conquest of Spain appears to have been a walkthrough. After the first decisive battle, few more challenges of any serious dimension arose. The Muslim columns followed the Roman roads, never exceeding the bounds of the Roman Visigothic fortified limes. The Muslim armies received the surrender of the Gothic nobility, domiciled in the main cities, and obtained the surrenders of key towns. The Arab sources report that, before moving on, the conquerors left indigenous Jewish garrisons behind to keep order, although I believe this to be another late invention. In most cases, the Muslims demanded full submission to their authority, albeit in some cases, pacts were made with Visigothic lords, guaranteeing them substantial autonomy. Such was the case of the arrangement made with Theodomir in the Murcian district, later called by Arabs Tudmir after its former leader, whose early administration therefore probably continued a pattern of local autonomy prominent in late Visigothic times.